Arun Girijapati. First time coming or attended before?
I think yesterday two new devotees attended. I think, yeah, I forgot the name. Yeah, Aruna Mataji was there, and one more devotee was there.
Mhm.
And Mani Mataji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mani Mataji got introduced last week.
Ah,
No,
and Aruna Mataji is also present,
Oh,
Prabhuji.
wow. You are
She,
in the person, huh?
yesterday one more Mataji came. Na, I forgot the name.
yes, she's not well today, so she said she'll be attending tomorrow.
Okay, okay. It's
Her
all
name is Vasugi.
okay. It's all your introduction. Sudha Mataji.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Arun,
Is
her name
it-
is Miss Arun. She's my classmate, my Sri Devi Mataji and my classmate.
Wow,
So
wonderful.
yeah, we are all childhood friends.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So much. Krishna will be
Yeah.
really pleased to listen this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, so we will start the prayer.
ముక్కు తేయాలని ఇది
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nastapráyeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Chaitanyamishwaram Paramanandamadam Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome you all for Bhagavatam discussion, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 1 and text 18 today. Can somebody read this sloka? Is it allocated to anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Pran-
I have allocated to Archana Mataji. Today she is not coming. She is
Okay.
not attending the class. If
Anybody?
anybody wants to read, can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Go ahead, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada. Nyachatyate vivashab kasam manasa bhakti sharatati manakaram vir akshiptam subharate dhanadhya. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Gradually, as the mind becomes progressively spiritualized, Prabhuji, can I? Please, sir. Gradually, as the mind becomes progressively spiritualized, withdraw it from sense activities, and by intelligence, the senses will be controlled. The mind, too absorbed in material activities, can be engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead and become fixed in full transcendental consciousness. Purport. The first process of spiritualizing the mind by mechanical chanting of the prana omkara and by control of the breathing system is technically called the mystic or yogic process of pranayama or fully controlling the breathing air. The ultimate state of this pranayama system is to be fixed in trance, technically called samadhi. But experience has proven that even the samadhi stage also fails to control the materially absorbed mind. For example, the great mystic Vishwamitra Muni, even in the stage of samadhi, became a victim of the senses and cohabited with Menaka. History has already recorded this. The mind, although ceasing to think of sensual activities at present, remembers past sensual activities from the subconscious status and thus disturbs one from 100% engagement in self-realization. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami recommends the next step of assured policy, namely to fix one's mind in the service of the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead also recommends the direct process in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 6, text number 47. Thus, the mind being spiritually cleansed, one should at once engage himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord by the different devotional activities of hearing, chanting, etc. If performed under proper guidance, that is the surest path of progress, even for the disturbed mind. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So here mentioned that translation. Gradually, as the mind becomes progressively spiritualized, withdraws it from the sense activities, and by intelligence, and the senses will be controlled. The mind, too absorbed in the material activities, can be engaged in the service of the personality Godhead and become fixed in all transcendental consequences, transcendental consciousness. Sorry. So, mind is the culprit, or Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna says, a trained mind is a best friend, untrained mind is a worst enemy. So here, mind has progressively spiritualized. How the mind can be progressively spiritualized? We progressively engage in Krishna's service, and we have to put all our activities connected to Krishna. So we always think Krishna, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And with that, it says that we have to slowly withdraw from the sense activities. Otherwise, mind is always goes behind sense activities. Krishna gives a nice example, the tortoise. Tortoise, if some enemy comes, something immediately withdraws his head towards the shell and covers himself. Similarly, when there is a danger, the danger for us is a sense object. When the danger comes, we have to withdraw our senses, keep away from the sense object. Otherwise, our senses will get trapped and we will get trapped. So, and by intelligence, so we should use our intelligence. Because generally the hierarchy is that senses above the senses mind, above the mind is soul. Sorry, above the mind is intelligence, above intelligence soul, above is Paramatma. But many times what happens is that the mind controls intelligence and senses controls the mind. So with that, the sense becomes the driving force. So that's why we should use our intelligence. Whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we want to do, you use our intelligence. Will it help me? Will it help my bhakti or advancement? If not, we should keep away. That's why Prabhupada in the translation says, mind to absorb the mental activities, but the same mind can be engaged in Krishna service. When the mind is engaged, we should have continuous activity. That's why 24/7, 365 days, we should be always busy. Busy, not doing anything else but Krishna services. That is the first priority. That's why Prabhupada says the first process of spiritualizing the mind is mechanical chanting the Omkara, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said simply chant Hare Krishna mantra. Or Prabhupada also said that Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With this, slowly, the completely focused chanting, our mind becomes naturally controlled or engaged in the service. This is the yogic process. Of course, in the Krishna Bhagavad Gita says so many pranayamas and other breathing exercises. But at the end, our the real activity for Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name. That can bring us to samadhi. Prabhupada says that's samadhi. Samadhi means not that one has to die. In this material world itself, when you are material world, you can get into samadhi by fully thinking about Krishna. Prabhupada quotes from Vishwamitra Muni, who did his meditation for so many years. But when the ankle bell, his senses get attracted and he was trapped. Maybe 10,000 years he was enjoying, but later realized, oh, what a mistake I made. But it was too late. He lost a lot of time. So Prabhupada says that's why Sukadeva Goswami recommending that one's mind has to be fixed in the service of the Lord. That's why bhakti means devotional service. Without service, there's no bhakti. That's why Prabhupada wherever he says bhakti means devotional service. When we do service, naturally mind gets engaged. That's why we should get into so many activities. Like, the simple calling one devotees, like Sudha Mataji did, call at least one or two devotees. That's where our engage. Because our thought process that how can I engage myself? How can I engage others? This is the paradukha dukhi. This is the real purpose. That's Prabhupada. Otherwise, Prabhupada could have easily sat in Vrindavan. There was no need for him to go to America and go through such a difficult things. But he wanted to give this Krishna consciousness to the whole world. Now, Prabhupada did. Now it's our job to do it in different levels. Our own neighbors, our own relatives, our own classmates, colleagues, give everybody Krishna consciousness. That is our duty. Because we got some benefit, we should share with others. We should not be Kripana, we should be Brahmana. Brahmana doesn't keep anything for himself. He spreads, he gives whatever knowledge, wealth, whatever he gets, he distributes. Kripana is the one, Kanjus or Makki Chus in Hindi say, keeps everything for. Similarly, knowledge is not meant to be kept, knowledge is meant to be given. So similarly, we should give. Prabhupada quotes here from 6.47. Yoginam observeshu madgate tattvarpana Shraddhavan bhajate yoma same yukta tamo matha. And of all the yogis, the one with a great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That's my opinion. The Krishna saying this. Krishna says, Yoginam observation. You become yogi. And what you have to do? Always think of me, abide me, and do devotional service to me. This is what Krishna is saying. So this is what our life is there. It's all about engaging ourselves, Krishna service. That's why Prabhupada finally says devotional activities of hearing and chanting, if performed under proper guidance, that is the surest path of progress one the disturbed mind. Because of Kali Yuga, today's world is full of disturbance. We can see, every very step there is a problem. So only for solace for us to take up the holy name and chant Krishna's name. Okay, 19. Who is going to read 19?
It's for Mariyappan Prabhuji, Prabhu, but he's not here today.
Yeah, the message, I think you're not. It's traveling. Somebody
Shall
else.
I?
Yeah, please.
Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 19. Tatra eka avayavam dhyayet avyuchinnena chetasaha mano nirvishayam yuktva tata kinchana na samaret padmam tat paramam vishnor mano yatra prasiddhati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thereafter, you should meditate upon the limbs of Vishnu, one after another, without being deviated from the conception of the complete body. Thus, the mind becomes free from all sense objects. There should be no other thing to be thought upon, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is the ultimate truth. The mind becomes completely reconciled in him only. Purport. Foolish persons bewildered by the external energy of Vishnu do not know that the ultimate goal of the progressive search after happiness is to get in touch directly with Lord Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. Vishnu Tattva is an unlimited expansion of different transcendental forms of the personality of Godhead, and the supreme or original form of Vishnu Tattva is Govinda or Lord Krishna, the supreme cause of all causes. Therefore, thinking of Vishnu or meditating upon the transcendental form of Vishnu, especially upon Lord Krishna, is the last word on the subject of meditation. This meditation may be begun from the lotus feet of the Lord. One should not, however, forget or be misled from the complete form of the Lord. Thus, one should practice thinking of the different part of his transcendental body, one after another. Here is this verse. It is definitely assured that the Supreme Lord is not impersonal. He is a person, but his body is different from those of conditioned persons like us. Otherwise, meditation beginning from the pranava, omkara, up to the limbs of the personal body of Vishnu would not have been recommended by Sukadeva Goswami for the attainment of the complete spiritual perfection. The Vishnu forms of worship is great in great temples of India are not, therefore, arrangements of idol worship, as they are wrongly interpreted to be by a class of men with a poor fund of knowledge. Rather, they are different spiritual centers of meditation on the transcendental limbs of the body of Vishnu. The worshipable deity in the temple of Vishnu is identical with Lord Vishnu by the inconceivable potency of the Lord. Therefore, a neophyte's concentration or meditation upon the limbs of Vishnu in the temples, as contemplated in the revealed scriptures, is an easy opportunity for meditation for persons who are unable to sit down tightly at one place and then concentrate upon pranava, omkara, or the limbs of the body of Vishnu, as recommended herein by Sukadeva Goswami, the great authority. The common man can benefit more by meditating on the form of Vishnu in the temple than on the omkara, the spiritual combination of Om, or as explained before. There is no difference between Omkara and the forms of Vishnu, but persons unacquainted with the science of absolute truth try to create dissension by differentiating between the forms of Vishnu and that of Omkara. Here it is indicated that the Vishnu form in the ultimate goal of meditation, and as such, it is better to concentrate upon the forms of Vishnu than on impersonal Omkara. The latter process is also more difficult than the former. Hare Krishna.
So further, Sukadeva Goswami, therefore you should meditate upon the limbs of Lord Vishnu, and one after another, without being deviated from the conception of the complete body. Thus, mind becomes free from all sense objects. There should be no other thing to be thought upon, because the Supreme Personality Godhead, Vishnu, is the ultimate truth, and the mind becomes completely reconciled in him only. So, in the previous verse, talking about how disturbed is the mind. That's why Sukadeva Goswami says, you focus your mind on the limbs of the Lord Vishnu. Generally, when you go to temple, we take darshan of the Lord. We take darshan means we look at Lord, not just look at, take darshan. That's the difference between, right? Looking at and taking darshan. So when we take darshan, we start from the lotus feet. Lotus feet, and slowly then comes to the thighs, then abdomen, then chest.
Hare Krishna,
then,
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Voice is low.
Others able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's clear.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear.
Okay. So
Sorry, Prabhuji.
So, okay.
Some
So that's
problem
how
with
the
my
darshan
phone.
should go, and then face the last, the forehead, like the face. That's how, because the Lord's lotus feet is the, most important. We cannot just directly go and look at the lotus mouth, lotus face. So, but that focusing the deity, Prabhupada talks about here idol and the deity, there's a difference. Idol is that something, the kind of murti available in the shop. But deity is when installed by the acharya and with the proper prana pratishtha system. When there's no difference, the Lord Vishnu personally coming and sitting in front of us. So that deity worship is the opportunity for us to directly worship the Lord. So that's why Prabhupada says, foolish person bewildered by the external energy of Vishnu do not know the ultimate goal of progressive search after happiness to get in touch directly with the Lord. So by worshipping the Lord is direct in a touch with the Lord, because we cannot worship or we cannot offer anything to Supreme Lord in his real form. He is unlimited size. Like when Arjuna himself, when Krishna showed Virat Rupa, Arjuna could not see. Arjuna said, "Sorry, Krishna, please stop this. I can't see." Because so effulgent and millions of universes coming out of it. It's not possible for an ordinary person to see. So, but in that the situation, Krishna takes Archa Vigraha form and allows his devotees to serve him in that form. So that's why Prabhupada says that Vishnu Tattva is unlimited expansion of different transcendental forms. So Krishna's expansions, as we all know that from Krishna, Balram comes. From Balram, the Sankarsana, Niruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, and from there again Narayana. From Narayana again Sankarsana, Niruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. From that Sankarsana, the Mahavishnu, then Garbhodaka Vishnu, then Paramatma, like that expansion. From that, different expansions, whether Dashavatara or other avatars, Kalki or Buddha, Parashurama or Vamana, Kurma, all these are Narsimha, all these are avatars of Krishna. They are all Vishnu Tattvas. So there are unlimited number of expansions, unlimited number of avatars. Because Krishna wants every living entity to come back to him. He wants everyone come back to him. That's why he is taking different form. Somehow or other, somebody will get attracted and somebody will start worshipping him. And when they start worshipping, they will get all their sins eradicated. Like Krishna says, Sarva Dharma Parityajya, Mameka Sharanam Vraja, Aham ta Sarva Papebhya Mokshayashma Sucha. One who surrenders to me fully, I'll take care of them. I'll take all their sins. So similarly, Prabhupada says here that the supreme cause of all causes is Govinda. Like Brahmaji says, Ishvara Parama Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. That Govinda you should surrender. And Prabhupada says here, specifically Lord Vishnu is the last word in subject of meditation. So any meditation for that, Krishna or Vishnu is the last word. So even in yajna, any ahuti happens, they say Krishna Arpanam. The final ahuti goes to Krishna. So in Vedanta, all the Vedas, Anta is Krishna, knowing Krishna, who is Krishna. So that is the ultimate. That's why Prabhupada is thinking about Vishnu, meditating upon the transcendental form of Vishnu. Specifically, Lord Krishna is the last word in subject of meditation. And the meditation may begin from the lotus feet here, which I explained. So that's how we should go. And Lord Vishnu's forms worship in the great temples of India are not therefore arrangements of idol worship. So this is the difference Prabhupada talks about. It's not just idol worship. They are non-different Krishna. They are deities are non-different from Krishna. They are the Supreme Personality Godhead themselves in that form. So we should understand that. So worshipable deity in the temples of Vishnu, identical with the Lord Vishnu by inconceivable potency of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited number of potencies. He can become smaller than smallest, bigger than the biggest. He can take any forms. So we cannot restrict him to be. That's why Lord is not impersonal. Lord is a person. At the same time, we can relate with him. But at the same time, he can be impersonal also, because we cannot restrict him what he has to do. He has got a full free will. So that's why scripture says that is easy opportunity to meditation on the for the process who are unable to sit down tightly and the place and then concentrate upon Pranavamkara says. So finally, Prabhupada says here. So yeah, here it is indicated that Vishnu form of ultimate goal of meditation, and such is the better is concentrate upon the forms of Lord Vishnu than the impersonal Omkara. Later, the process is also more difficult than the former. So just chanting Omkara, more than that, is just look at the deity of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, and in Kali Yuga, the best process is chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the process given for Kali Yuga. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar said. So the best process for us to simply chant the holy name. Okay, we'll read one more sloka. Well,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Allocated to me.
yeah.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.20. Nabhyam sitam hridi aropyatasma udanagatyorasitam nayet munihi tata anusandhyaya diyamanasvi stalumulam shanken nayeta. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: the meditative devotee should slowly push up the life air from the navel of the heart, from there to chest.
Which sloka, Prabhuji? 20?
20, no, Prabhuji.
20, no?
This is a different slok, Prabhu. This is 2.1.20 we need to read, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji. Sorry, 1 second. I thought we have gone to the second chapter.
No.
2 point? 1 point, no? Okay. Sorry. 1 second, Prabhuji. Rajatam, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.20. Rajatamobhyam akshipadam vimudhamanah atmanah yachet dharanya dhirahantiya tatkritam malam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: one's mind is always agitated by the passionate mode of material nature and bewildered by the ignorant mode of nature. But one can rectify such conceptions by the relation of Vishnu and thus become pacified by cleansing the dirty things created by them. Purport: persons generally conducted by the modes of passion and ignorance cannot be bona fide candidates for being situated in the transcendental stage of God realization. Only persons conducted by the mode of goodness can have the knowledge of the supreme truth. Effects of the modes of passion and ignorance are manifested by too much hankering after wealth and woman. And those who are too much after wealth and woman can rectify their leanings only by constant remembrance of Vishnu in his future composed of impersonal potencies. Generally, the impersonalists or monists are influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance. Such impersonalists think of themselves as liberated souls, but they have no knowledge of the transcendental personal feature of the absolute truth. Actually, they are impure in heart on account of being devoid of knowledge of the personal feature of the absolute. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that after many hundreds of births, the impersonal philosopher surrenders unto the personality of Godhead. To acquire such a qualification of God realization in the personal feature, the neophyte impersonalist is given a chance to realize the relation of the Lord in everything by the philosophy of pantheism. Pantheism is in its higher status does not permit the student to form an impersonal conception of a absolute truth, but it extends the conception of the absolute truth into the field of the so-called material energy. Everything created by the material energy can be dovetailed with the absolute by an attitude of service, which is the essential part of living energy. The pure devotee of the Lord knows the art of converting everything into its spiritual existence by this service attitude. And only in that devotional way can the theory of pantheism be perfected. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So further it says here, one's mind is always agitated by the passionate mode of material nature and bewildered by the ignorant mode of nature. But one who rectifies such conception by the relation of Lord Vishnu and thus becomes pacified by cleansing the dirty things created by them. So the mode of passion or mode of ignorance, both are not good. Material nature is bewildering us, and it's only the focusing our mind on the Lord Vishnu, and that then cleanse the heart with all the dirty things like kama, krodha, mada, matsara, lobha. All these things has to be cleansed. Then only we are eligible to even think about a Lord or even worship the Lord. So that's a process we have to develop. So Prabhupada in the purport says the person generally conducted by the modes of passion or ignorance cannot be bona fide. So we have to even not just to go to mode of goodness, we have to go beyond that. Shuddha Sattva, the pure goodness. That is the level. Otherwise, like Prabhupada says, the society here today, they are into www, wine, wealth, and woman. That's what the people Prabhupada talks about wealth and woman. But when that's the wealth and woman is there, wine is also comes. So this www, that's where the generally people are focused. But with the practice in devotees, we should always keep away from these things and focus our mind into spirituality. Prabhupada also talks about impersonalism is not good. Philosophers surrender unto the Supreme Personality Godhead at any time, because after many, many births, after many births, sometime they will also come, because ultimate is that. So why do you want to wait for so many births? Why can't we take up Krishna consciousness from the day one? Because Prabhupada has given this so simple process. Just take up chanting the holy name, read Bhagavatam. Our life will make successful day one. We don't have to get into the so many other isms or so many other methods. Simply chant the holy name. So that's why Prabhupada talks about pantheism. But finally, Prabhupada says the pure devotees of the Lord knows the art of converting everything into spiritual existence, and by the service of the service attitude. So engage everything Krishna service. Engage every citizen, every people who met, whatever I have in the service of the Lord. That is a real attitude, help anyone to success in life. Okay, I'll stop here. Devotees can share their comments. You want to start? Asha Mataji, you want to start?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Mind can be trained to always remember Krishna. And by doing that, I have to slowly detach or withdraw from the material activities. How we can control the mind? Basically by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the real activity of Kali Yuga. I should not only learn myself to do all these things, but I also should spread this knowledge to others. A Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate. Our focus should be on the lotus feet of the Lord, and Vishnu Tatma is the ultimate. Lord Vishnu or Krishna is the ultimate word on the subject of meditation. In temples, deities are not just the statue or something. It is non-different from Krishna himself. Um, um, Lord is not person, but he's also person sometime, but he is not same as us. Better than Omkara, it is better to take the darshan of the Lord in Kali Yuga, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Everyone will surrender to personality of God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maybe not today, maybe after taking many births, but instead of taking many births, it is better to concentrate now and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and spread this knowledge as much as possible, and try to go back home to Godhead. That's my takeaway, Prabhuji, for
Hare
today.
Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Aruna Mataji, want to say anything? Aruna, very Gipati. Okay. Mani Mataji, want to say, share anything? No. Okay. Okay, Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Asha Mataji have summarized very beautifully what is the takeaway of today's class. One question I have is like Prabhuji, like from Vishnu, like Rama avatar and then Krishna avatar has come up, right? So, but we will be worshipping Krishna, but not Vishnu. Any particular reason for that, Prabhuji?
So it's Vishnu, no, Krishna is the origin. From Krishna, Vishnu comes. That is the Bhagavatam understanding. So Krishna is the source of everything. Ham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate, he says everything comes from me. Krishna, from Krishna, Balram comes. Balram, Sankarshana, Niruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. From that, Narayana. From that, Sankarshana, Niruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. From that comes Mahavishnu. From that, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaka Vishnu, Paramatma, like that. So Vishnu is coming from Krishna. Krishna is the source of that. But at the same time, they are not different, Vishnu Tattvas. But the source is Krishna. That's why Brahmaji also says, Ishwaraha Paramakrishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. That Govinda is Sarva Karana Karana. So Krishna is the source of everything.
Okay, Prabhuji. And then this chanting, like Guru has to initiate us to do the chanting, or we can do ourselves, Prabhuji. Because I started chanting 5 rounds. Um, but is it that once you give us the initiation, then it
No,
is better?
I cannot give initiation. So there is Diksha Gurus are there in ISKCON. They are approved by GBC. But chanting the holy name can be done by anyone. There is no restriction. But when they take a Diksha, the Diksha Guru gives the holy name at the same time, he gives a name, your spiritual name. The Diksha process, maybe we can discuss later, but there is a Diksha process, separate Diksha process there. There is approved
Oh,
Diksha Gurus who are
uh-huh.
approved by ISKCON, GBC, and
Okay.
there is a Diksha process, but holy name can be chanted by anyone. There is no restriction. We don't need
Okay.
anybody to give you mantra. You can chant. So
Oh,
Prabhupada's Pranati mantra we can chant, and we can chant the holy name.
okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Who else?
Hare.
Yeah, Vidya Prabhu Mataji, want to say anything? Sorry, Sridevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
That 18th verse says that the process of Omkara mantra for spiritualizing the mind, or the yogic practice, or the pranayama system for controlling mind, all may fail at any time, like Vishwamitra. So, as it is said in Bhagavad Gita also, rather than doing all this for controlling mind, for doing devotional service, we can simply engage in transcendental loving service to the Lord by the different devotional services like hearing, chanting, etc. This, if we do in proper guidance, with proper guidance, we may surely progress. Then we should meditate upon the limbs of the Vishnu, one after another. By doing this, mind becomes free from all sense objects. The Lord is not impersonal, he is a person. The worshipable deity in the temples of Vishnu is identical with Lord Vishnu by the inconceivable potency of Lord. The impersonalists are influenced by the third verse says, the impersonalists are influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance. They think that they are liberated souls. They don't have any knowledge of the transcendental feature of the absolute truth. The pure devotee of the Lord knows the art of converting everything into its spiritual existence by this service attitude. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarva Prabhu. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, that's why we, as much as possible, we have to chant. As much as possible, we have to get the devotee association of Bhagavatam, association of the Shastra, association of devotional activities, and that's why we have to. Everything has been digital. There is nothing left to do. And as much as we the Sankirtan books distribution, it also helps to spread the Krishna consciousness, to spread the cult, to spread the cult of Krishna consciousness, and why so much strong because 24/7 not possible for the devotee association. So by chanting is the most important thing. By chanting, we can take control of our senses to be deviated. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sumit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, so in the 18th verse, that is the difference is given like how the bhakti yoga is higher than the mechanical yoga process, like the pranayama and the samadhi. So the reason is like when we are doing it mechanically, concentrating on the breath, we are just trying to suppress the senses and not trying to engage the senses in something. So because of that, the purification is not the same as when we are engaging our senses in the devotional service. So when example is like you have given the example of Vishwamitra, at the same time we take the examples of Haridas Thakur because his senses are engaged in the service of the Lord. He was not agitated when the prostitute came. So that is the difference. One's senses are purified and one's senses are suppressed. That is the difference between these two processes. So that's why this process of bhakti yoga, the devotional service, is much higher than the normal mechanical process of pranayama and samadhi. And about the next one, what is the goal of the meditation in the next verse? It is explained the ultimate object of meditation is the Lord. And whatever yoga, whatever meditation, whatever spiritual effort that we do in direct connection with Vishnu Tattva, that are the ultimate object of meditation. And materialists are very foolish. They are just bewildered by the Maya. They think happiness lies in material arrangements, and they miss the real target, that is meditation on the transcendental form of the Lord. And about the deity worship, like deity worship, generally people are thinking it to be a idol worship, but it is not like that. There is no difference between the deity and the Lord, and it is accessible to everyone. Deity in the temple is not an idol, but it is the direct presence of the Lord. By his causeless mercy, he manifests as the deity. So that's, and the last one, 2.20. That's it, Prabhu. That's it from my side.
Hare Krishna. Vidya Prabhu Mataji. Another.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ನಾವು ಆದಷ್ಟು ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಲೈಕ್ ಜಪ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಈ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಗುರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಗುರು ಮೂಲಕನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಈ ತರ ಇವತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಪ ನಾವ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಭಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Umashankar
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Okay.
So mostly everything has been covered. Thing is that the repeated both enders is very painful when compared to sincerely chanting the holy name. So only thing is that we should make endeavor to chant the holy names and spread the holy name. Being the chanting of the holy name week, it started from yesterday. So we should try to chant attentively and also ask the others to also join for the chanting. So that would be my request. And the next is that in the sloka 20th which I read, it is told as pantheism. What is that, Prabhuji? Pantheism.
Prabhupada uses certain words.
Okay.
He says a neophyte impersonalist is given a chance to realize the relation of the Lord, everything by the philosophy of pantheism. Pantheism is a higher status, does not permit a student to form an impersonal conception and absolute truth, but it extends the conception of absolute truth to the field of so-called imagination. I don't know, English grammar, we can check what.
But the last sentence, as usual, Prabhupada, that is has to be remembered. The pure devotee of the Lord knows the art of converting everything into its spiritual existence. That sentence is also very.
Prabhupada always, if you see every purport, the first sentence will give punching line, the last is concluding line. So, see the first sentence here. Person generally conducted in the modes of passion and ignorance cannot be the bona fide candidates. That's how he has given a very punching line. And what is the conclusion? What the pure devotee does that. That's it. So we have to just take this, the rest will be taken care. Thank you so much, Prabhu. We stop here. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhya Patitana pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namaste Koti Vaishnavan ki jai Chandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai